Hey y'all, I'm back. As I said I would be later. Yes, I am as tired as I'm probably looking. I just left church. Um, we're in our AIM convention and we've been having a high time in the Lord, but I am tired. So this won't be long, but what I did want to do was come back on here and continue with what I started this morning. So, this may be my experience with a narcissistic, egotistical sociopath 4.5. I'm not sure yet. It may just be 5 so I can get on to 6 and 7 or however many. I don't even know how many parts that this is going to be, but I got a lot to say. Pause the video, go like, share, follow, and subscribe. Songbird Since Birth on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. Follow me, share these videos, like, comment, what they say, like, comment, share, or something. Anyway, do all of that. So I think I left off talking about, I should have went back and looked at that video. What did I I was talking about him trying to steal this man's church from him down here, because that's what he did to another elderly couple down south. Okay, so he I'm told that he had taken an $80,000 insurance policy out on these people's church. Now, I did contact the family of this pastor, because the pastor, I feel that he's very genuine. You know, I don't know him well. I met him through the narcissist. I met him through him, and you know, he really captured me. Like, I believe he's very genuine. He loves the Lord. There's no doubt about that. But he has some desires, and this man gave him false hope for some things and lied to him. And I feel in my heart, especially after finding out that he took out this insurance policy on this church. Yeah, you trying to do something, because the church that he had gotten down south, he got insurance on that church, and then suddenly, you know, something study is always happening around him. The church burned down. Is that what you were planning on doing here? Because it is. If it is, the buck stops here, because I've already made this man's family aware. Now, what they chose to do with the information that I gave them, I don't know, because I haven't spoken to them anymore. But I felt it was my job to make them aware of what had happened and what I felt he was trying to make happen in present time. So okay, so that's that. He was trying to rub all this money that he allegedly had, you know, in my face. Oh, I got this, I got that, I got this, I got that. And I don't want you driving the car that you drive, because you're going to be the bishop's wife. Well, he didn't say you're going to be. You're the bishop's wife, and the bishop's wife don't drive that. Okay. So he gives me a check for $49,000. And it's written out to the dealership down here, the Porsche, Benz, BMW dealership down here. I looked at it. I'll never forget. It was a Sunday after church. I was at the sink, at the kitchen sink, cleaning some collard greens. And he's like, here, I got this for you. And I looked at it. For what? He's, go up there and get that G-Wagon. Well, first of all, I don't want a G-Wagon. Let's start there. Secondly, I'm not taking this check from you because I already sense this controlling spirit that you have, you know, this bossy spirit that you have. And I made it very clear, like straight out the gate, I'm unbossable and uncontrollable. So if that's your plan, you might as well keep it moving, because I ain't going. He got mad about that. I'm trying to do something for you and you don't want it. I'm not taking it. So I gave a check back. He told my son he was gonna buy him a car, and he eventually did. Okay, you asked my son what type of car he wanted, and he told you. You took him to these car lots looking at the cars that he wanted, only for you to go out of town. He went to Kirkwood, Missouri, and purchased a Honda Accord. I think it was a either 2008 or 2012. I don't remember, but it was nothing like the car my son told him he wanted. So he gets the car. My son told him thank you. He didn't like the car at all, but you know, he drove it a couple times. One day he's at school and he gets a phone call. The other voice on the call said, "Hey, we're trying to reach your dad." My son said, "That's not my dad." No, he said, like, "This is so-and-so from," I think it was SunTrust Ford or something. I could have the name wrong, but I think it's Sun something Ford in Kirkwood, Missouri. He's like, "Well, we're looking for him. He needs to bring the car back because this check didn't clear." And we looked him up, and we see that his background is showing that he's a fraud, and we want our car back. So my son called me. He's like, "You need to call my mom." So they called me. My son called me first, and he's like, "Mom, they looking for dude. They said he got to bring this car back." So they called me, and they're like, you know, "We need to reach him because this ain't cool." So I forwarded them to him. "Well, you need to call him. He's the one that came and got that car, and you know, ain't nothing I can do about it." So I call him and I tell him what's going on. He, oh no, that's not what's happening. The people just told me that that's what's happening, that you wrote them a check and it was wrapped in rubber bands. Okay. Found out that every check he's been writing in town has been bouncing like a basketball. That's another story for another day. In fact, it's not even another story. This is his life, apparently. Every check he writes, it just does not clear because ain't no $325 million. Let's go there. In nobody's account on his end. Okay. So, I mean, he a real stunner. Like, when I say stunner, the man stunt. But that X5 BMW that he driving in, he was living out of it. Okay. Lying, telling people he had bought a house in Chatham and that we had a house in Sherman. None of that was true. He was either living out of that truck or he was living out of the comfort suites. That's where he was living at. So we'll say this is 4.5. Okay. And I'm going to give y'all part 5 tomorrow. I got some stuff to talk about, okay? But I wanted to keep my word because I did say I was going to come back and speak briefly on the church matter. So that's 4.5. And I'm going to get out of here. Y'all like, share, subscribe, and leave your comments and your questions because I will be doing a follow-up video answering some questions and acknowledging some of your comments. Okay,